right, let's get this dog and pony show off the ground. Gary, what is today's topic?
Yeah, I hope it's some sort of social satire that's deeply insightful yet funny. That would be nice for a change, but no. The big man upstairs has decided that this is going to be the episode where we openly insult a lot of the popular YouTubers. First on the list,
Screw that! HBO just opened an office downtown and they're holding open auditions for Sesame Street. Let's go!
Okay, state your name.
Fundamental Q Monster.
Okay, why don't you take us through the alphabet?
Okay, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Kids are really still learning this crap.
before I begin the audition, I would like to make a declarative statement, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
All right, I would just like to say that I understand that the Children's Television Network supposedly is an institution dedicated to educating children, but we all know what you really want to do, don't you? It is a network run by children, enslaved children forced to produce quality television programs for other kids. I know where your sweatshops are. I know what you have been up to, and I know the nefarious ends to all of your schemes. If you cast me, I will take you down from the inside.
What do you mean I'm not in the demographic? I got the big eyes. I can be on Sesame Street. What? Just because I'm not blue or green or a monster or some kind of fucked up animal, I can't be on here? Why? Because I'm bald and have a mustache? Because I cuss? Because I like geeky things? I can count, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you fuckers! Okay, what am I going to teach the stupid little children?
You're gonna teach them near and far.
Oh, I can do that, right? Hey, stupid little kids! Now I'm going to teach you about near and far. Near is when something's near to you, and far is when something is far away from you. You got it, you stupid little brats? Okay, sweetheart, you can do this. Remember, auditions. If you get cast, you're gonna be making me and your daddy a lot of money.
Peter. All right, whenever you're ready, just count to 10. Peter. Peter. Peter.
And so that's why I only have one testicle. So that I can get the job? A, B, C, D, E, F, ugh. This is awful.
It's what we want the kids to learn.
But there are better things that they could learn.
Such as?
Well, how about if I teach them the alphabet the Fundy way?
All right, go for it.
All right, A. A is for Abraham. Abraham nearly killed his kid until God told him not to. See, the way it went like this.
You can't convince me that Snuffleupagus isn't filled with the bodies of small children and animated through dark magics! I've seen the evidence! I've seen it myself! Or maybe I hallucinated it. I can't really confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that it was real!
Like, I suppose if I was light blue, I would be able to get on here, right? But no, because I'm this color, I'm in the wrong demographic. Well, fine. I don't need this show.
We haven't even brought that up yet.
I'm sorry. I can do the alphabet now. This is near. Really near to you now. Like uncomfortably close. Like you can feel me. Can you hear my heartbeat, kids? This is how near I am. I'm holding you. Can you feel that? Oh yeah. Near is good. Unless it's my creepy uncle. Then near is not good. Holy crap. That's when near is really, really bad. Or like poop. If you're really near poop, that's terrible. Don't be near poop, kids.
Peter.
I mean, I'm still relatively famous. I know I'm known for a lot of other things, but, you know, I can totally do this show. I mean, I think kids are ready for a whacked out Bogart on Sesame Street. And since it's gonna be on HBO, I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of nudity, a lot of simulated sex acts. So he takes him up to the mountain and he gets this great big old knife and he's like, okay, here I go, I'm getting ready to kill you. And just before he's about to kill him, guess what happens, kids? I said, guess what happens?
Why won't you admit that Oscar the Grouch's garbage can is a gateway to another dimension? Have you seen how much room is in there?
And remember, kids, if your parents vote Republican, they're worthless. You can't say that. Why not? Because we don't take that kind of political stance. Oh, come on, sure you do. Everybody knows that Sesame Street is liberal. We don't declare that. We're just a show. Give me a break. You got a gay guy, you got a guy who lives in garbage, you have a gigantic yellow gay bird and his, well, best friend. Right. You're trying to tell me that the giant gay bird and the giant gay whatever he is, mammoth, or whatever, that they're not getting on the hoinky hoinky every once in a while? We all know they're doing the hoinky hoinky. You can tell me. Hoinky hoinky all over the place. Okay, everybody. Now I'm going to show you Far. You're really far. Oh man, I really wasn't ready for an audition today. I wouldn't have drank so much Jack Daniels and sniffed so much glue and chopped up all that baby medicine and shoved it in my asshole. Anyway, kids, if you go to hell, Satan's gonna poke you in the behind with his great big old dog. And his dong ain't pretty. It's got spikes on it, probably spewing lava out of the tip. It's actually quite awful. So, yeah. What letter was I on again? But it's clear you have a liberal bias. I mean, you have a multicultural cast, you have multicultural people all over the place doing multicultural things. Why don't you just come out and be all liberal, all up in this piece? Come on, what this show needs is some political action. You need to tell these 4 to 5 to 6-year-olds exactly how the world works and how they're supposed to change it. And they can start by going after the rich, the 1%ers. They need to be able to take up arms and storm their mansions and take over their limousines and drag them out into the streets and, you know, I'm not getting cast, am I? Jeez. Okay, here's Far. This really isn't Far, kids. This is actually still pretty much in the same room, but we're limited because this is a pretty small space for auditions. Feeling a little exposed. Is that it? That's all you need to teach them about near and far? Man, kids are stupid now.
I will not stop until your organization is torn asunder and replaced with decent programming! Do you hear me? Decent programming! Anyway, my resume's on file, right?
Oh, hey, you bunch of joiks. Now it's time for me to tell you where to go and subscribe to stuff. Or at least check out the channel. This week we're checking out this sicko, James Kemp. Now, James doesn't really know Jason, and Jason doesn't really know James. But Jason has been going to James for one obvious reason. This guy makes puppets. And Jason has learned a lot about making puppets from this guy. He's really good. And he's also a decent puppeteer. And he makes puppets that are used in, like, commercials and stuff. Wait a minute. Why am I talking about a guy who makes puppets? We don't have any puppets around here. I'm a rat. All the guys in the, the main segment, one's a monster, another one's a monster, one's a guy made of felt. Wait a minute. I think I'm coming to a realization about myself. And I don't know if I like it. I'm starting to think that maybe I'm just a tool. That maybe I'm just an entertainment device, that I don't actually exist. And shortly after this video is over, you're gonna take me off and I'm just gonna hang limply on a hook in your garage. Is that what's gonna happen? I thought that was a dream. Oh my god. I didn't know that this segment could lead to such an existential crisis. I'm gonna run away before you take me off and I stop living again.
my fellow Opinion Villagers, today is Friday, August 28th, 2015, and it's Race Your Mouse Around the Icons Day, Radio Commercials Day, Crackers Over the Keyboard Day, and World Daffodil Day. Famous dead people celebrating their birthdays today are author Leo Tolstoy, actor Roxy Roker, and comic book super god Jack King Kirby. And now on to your questions. First up, Sci-Fi Jory asks, intimate question. Trudeau, last week I almost cried for you, Trudeau, and got very emotional. Not sure if it's the esteradiol? Sure, we'll go with that. Not sure if it's the esteradiol talking, but do you need a hug? Because I need one. Can you give me a hug? I need a hug. Someone hug me!
Oh, I'm fine. I took a nice walk, stared blankly at the sunset, fretted over what has become of my life, drank. Now I'm all better. Or at least I have reached an acceptable level of denial. Sounds like you need a hug, though. So, come here. That's right. Just go with it. Never mind where my hands are going. Squeeze tighter. Never let go.
Jason Young asks, Dear Jason, with a D, fleshy version, you seem to have lost your neck vagina and look much better recently. I recently caught a bunch of fish I never caught before. Herring, how's your life going? My life is fine. And thanks for bringing up the neck vagina because it's probably gonna come back. I don't even know what that means. Are you saying that you don't like vagina whether they're on the necks or on the lower part of someone's torso? Well, okay, fine. The little neck vagina is gross. But have you seen the vampires in The Strain? They have neck vaginas, and they have giant toothed tentacle penises that come out of them. They're kind of like a combo vagina-penis thing. I'm not saying I want one of those. Anyway, my life is fine. And we don't have any fish in California anymore. None. None whatsoever. The drought is kept fish populations super low. They're all starving to death or leaving or whatever. It's basically warm up to the apocalypse out here. The seals are starving to death. The fish are gone. The birds are falling from the sky. Yesterday, a demon came up and wanted to know if I wanted to be front listed for people who were going to be thrown into hell once the horns are blown or some shit. I don't know. Other than that, everything's peachy keen. Racism is running rampant. Sexism hasn't ended. Inequality is all over the planet. More than likely, this entire planet's gonna be burned to a cinder. There's nothing we can do. The children that we have now are probably going to live long enough to see the last life on Earth pass away right before their eyes, shortly before they die. And then the Earth will have to recycle itself and renew and regenerate, just like after the dinosaurs. And then whatever comes after them, they're gonna form some civilization and they're gonna rise up and they'll discover paleontology and they'll find all of our shit that hasn't been completely recycled back into the planet and they're going to mistake it for something else. Basically, all of humanity is just gonna puff out. A dismal whimper. A dismal little period at the end of our entire existence. We won't even be remembered. What's the point anyway? I mean, come on. The universe itself has a time limit. Eventually, we're all going to suffer from heat death. So even if we could live forever, or even if human beings did manage to survive this current destructive tendencies, and we managed to survive, and we managed to evolve, and we went into a higher state and became like an intelligent cloud, or some sort of hyper-intelligent shade of blue, or one of those other cheap aliens on Star Trek. Even if we did that, eventually the universe just kind of slows down like a tired old man and dies, and then it's just this big cold emptiness with no movement and no life. But other than that, I'm fine. Cheese Wizard 3 asks, intimate question for Gary. Do you prefer bottom or top? I prefer bottom myself.
I try not to limit myself to just two. I top, I bottom, I side by side, I upside down, I invert. If you're unfamiliar with the last three terms, have I got some websites for you to check out?
Okay, that's it. Remember, if you have a question you want to ask intimate questions, leave it down below in the comment section. Until next time, my elaborate little elves, this has been Jason with a D.
Me Oswald, him name frame, shoutouts!
Whoa, slow down there, my blue buckaroo.
No, we gotta do these shoutouts super fast.
Why?
There's no time. If I have to tell you why we gotta do these shoutouts super fast, then we won't do them super fast, and then I will be late for the thing that I'm doing all this hurrying up for.
In the time you took to explain, you could have just told me.
No time for logic. Shoutouts.
Grundle Osu.
You sound like a Japanese gremlin or something. Like a little goblin dude who lives under a bridge, and when you're not being all mythical, you're like singing karaoke and constantly studying for tests and stuff.
Kino Kingdom.
The whole kingdom of Kino subbed? Why does everybody's in the Kino kingdom got to share one YouTube account? You guys know they're free, right?
Black Dino Geek.
So you're a superhero all dressed in black that is also a geek, or you're a geek about someone named Black Dino? I won't be able to sleep until I know which one it is.
Final Fantasy Geek.
I love the Final Fantasy games, except that I keep thinking that the last game will be the final Final Fantasy game. You've tricked me 7 times, Final Fantasy people!
The Dog Fan 101.
I love dogs too, and I even know how to spell it right! D-O-G, that spells dog. I am super smart. Unlike you, dog fan. Okay, all done. Alright, now let's get out of here.
Okay, what are you trying to get to in such a hurry?
I left my snack at home on top of the TV. I gotta get back and eat it before the snack is all ruined.
I'm sure your snack is fine.
It was 5 gallons of ice cream.
So it melts. You love drinking ice cream from a bowl.
But it wasn't in a bowl. I just spooned it onto the TV.
Why did you do that?
Why do I do anything I do? I don't know.
Oh, Trudeau here with even more suggestions for what you could have done instead of watching YouTube. Ervlo Infinitus says, instead of watching a sad man play with creepy felt people, I could have played with creepy real people, then posted a video of new playing with them. Nice syntax. Just gotta fix the autonomy problem they all have. Oh, autonomy is easily fixed. With a hammer. To the head. Just ask Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, I said that joke. ExtremePhil57 says, instead of letting myself be guilt-tripped by Trudeau into actually writing a YouTube comment for the first time in months, I could have united the German skeptics and cybergoths, since they're the coolest Germans, to become the new dictator of Germany in an attempt to take over the world. Duh. My final solution would be to make it mandatory for all citizens of this world to subscribe to the same YouTubers as I have, so they would finally get the attention they deserve. This way they would get more comments, so I wouldn't have to write them myself. Yeah, I kind of prefer to only observe. Creepily breathing down your neck. So, to recap, you want to take over the world, so you don't have to leave YouTube comments. Well, I've heard of crazier schemes. It's true. I'm friends with AJ. You know it's true. Morgan Ravenwolf says, instead of watching YouTube, I could have rendezvoused in the park with my beloved Trudeau. Sadly, all the hotels in the area were filled with road crews and prostitutes, presumably servicing the road crew. It's nice to see the economy recovering and all, but not at the expense of my love life. Thanks, Obama. We'll have to wait a little longer to consummate our passion, my sweet. So Obama is to blame, of course. Well, President Obama, you now have an irate and sexually unsatisfied Trudeau Magoosh to contend with. Mabel, fetch me my irate letter pen. I have some irate writing to do.